Nickmercs, whose real name is Tyler Nick Blevins, is one of the most prominent figures in the gaming and streaming world, known for his high-energy gameplay, competitive prowess, and unfiltered commentary that resonates with millions of fans. Born on November 13, 1990, in Michigan, Nickmercs rose to fame through his exceptional skills in battle royale titles like Call of Duty Warzone and Fortnite, where he amassed a reputation as a villain for his ruthless, loot-hungry playstyle that often left opponents in the dust. With over 2 million followers on X, formerly Twitter, under the handle @Nickmercs, and a massive presence on Twitch and YouTube where he streams regularly to tens of thousands of viewers, Nickmercs has built an empire around his fan community, a tight-knit group of supporters who tune in for his daily marathons, giveaways, and raw interactions. His streaming career has been marked by milestones such as winning major esports tournaments, collaborating with top creators like Tim the Tatman and Dr. Disrespect, and even navigating controversies, such as his 2022 departure from FaZe Clan over personal values. As a father and entrepreneur, Nickmercs balances family life with high-stakes gaming, often integrating themes of resilience and fun into his content. Which controller does Nickmercs use? As of December 2025, his current controller of choice is the Nickmercs G7 Pro, a high-performance wired Xbox controller with wireless capabilities for PC and Android, marking a significant shift from his previous long-term partnership with Scuf Gaming. Prior to the Nickmercs Switch, Nickmercs was deeply embedded with Scuf, utilizing custom Fam Edition controllers like the Scuf Reflex for PlayStation and the Infinity 4 PS Prom Fam for extended sessions in Apex and Warzone. These pro-grade controllers featured remappable back paddles for claw-free play, instant triggers, and personalized aesthetics tied to his Fam brand, which saw limited drops in hype around 2024. However, frustrations mounted, culminating in a May 2024 X post where he bluntly responded to a fan inquiry about restocking Scuf Fam controllers with "Nah fuck Scuf," signaling reliability issues like frequent breakages during intense streams. This fallout aligned with broader community complaints about Scuf's build quality, stick drift, and customer service, prompting Nickmercs to seek alternatives that could match his aggressive, high APM style without failing mid-game. Nickmercs Arc Raiders controller settings. Drawing from expert guides tailored for controller pros and Arc Raiders and aligning with Nickmercs' known high sensitivity preferences, the optimal hipfire setup starts with horizontal sensitivity at 80 and vertical sensitivity at 60 to enable lightning-fast tracking of multiple airborne arc threats or flanking players in Speranza's chaotic environments. These values allow for fluid 360-degree sweeps without over-aiming, crucial for Nickmercs' PvP villainy where he chains slides, vaults, and headshots seamlessly. Zoom sensitivity multiplier should be dialed to 25% for balanced ADS transitions, preventing tunnel vision on scoped weapons like the intervention rifles, while scoped zoom sensitivity at 50% ensures precise follow-ups on distant rotors or player hitboxes. Look response curve is universally recommended as linear for pros like Nickmercs, eliminating acceleration ramping that plagues exponential curves, providing raw, predictable input mirroring his clawgrip mastery for micro-adjustments during recoil bursts. Dead zones are a cornerstone of Nickmercs' setup, set as low as possible 5% on both left and right sticks without triggering drift, often just one notch above your controller's baseline to unlock full range of motion for nuanced strafing and bunny hopping, as seen in his highlight reels dismantling squads. Left stick dead zone at 5% facilitates instant sprint to slide thresholds, while right stick dead zone at 3% maximizes aim precision, a tweak echoed in community posts analyzing controller viability on PS5 Xbox PC crossplay. Horizontal vertical look boost at 50% with a ramp-up time of 1.2 seconds adds subtle acceleration for wide swings without compromising fine control, ideal for the game's verticality-heavy maps. Aim assist remains on at default strength. It's subtler than COD but potent for controller fairness, with invert vertical look input off and interact and reload behavior set to tap to interact for split-second loot grabs mid-fight, preventing accidental reloads that could spell doom in high-stakes extractions. Nickmercs Arc Raiders Crosshair settings. Known for his aggressive playstyle, precise aim, and dominance in extraction shooters like this one where he often refers to himself as the #1 villain, his gameplay footage showcases exceptionally smooth tracking, quick flicks, and consistent headshots that have sparked massive community interest in replicating his setup. Nickmercs exclusively uses a high-end Nickmercs controller, likely the Nickmercs G7 model, given his partnerships and giveaways of over 100 units during Arcade Raiders streams, connected to PC for optimal input latency and aim assist tuning. His setup emphasizes minimal input delay, with community clips showing him tweaking reticle color saturation dynamically during raids to maintain visibility against Speranza's varied environments from dim underground facilities to bright outdoor zones plagued by arcs. While exact dead zones, sensitivity sliders, or RGB crosshair codes remain unconfirmed, his on-screen reticle appears as a clean, minimalist circle or dot variant with high-contrast neon green or cyan coloring approximating RGB red 0, green 42, blue 200 for optimal pop against rusty, post-apocalyptic backdrops. This aligns with pro preferences in Arc Raiders, where the accessibility menu's override crosshair shape option allows full customization, toggling center dot off for hipfire precision, enabling a thin outline opacity 90 and setting line thickness to 1 zone pixels for subtle yet trackable aim during intense CQC or long-range Vulcan sprays. Nickmercs Arc Raiders video settings. Nickmercs such as his October 30th launch stream and November marathons and comparable pro controller setups for Arc Raiders, which prioritize 240 plus FPS on high-end PCs with NVIDIA RTX cards for smooth 1440p gameplay. The following settings are widely regarded as his replicated config. These draw from high-profile breakdowns like Nickmercs Arc Raiders Settings 2025, the Ultimate Pro November 18th, 2025, and general pro guides tailored to controller users like him, focusing on fluid hipfire, precise scoping, and PvP dominance in extraction shooter scenarios. Controller setup assumes a standard Xbox PS5 layout on PC with aim assist enabled strong in Arc Raiders for close quarters, zero dead zone where possible, and linear curve for 1-1 stick response. Sensitivity is high 80 horizontal vertical for quick 180s, with ADS at 0.50x to maintain control during sustained fire, perfect for his villainous playstyle of pushing fights and clutching 1v3s. Hardware-wise, Nickmercs streams Arc Raiders at high quality, likely 1440p 60+ via OBS with NVENC 15K bitrate, powered by a top-tier rig from partners like Power GPU, think RTX 3090, AMD Ryzen 9 CPU, 64GB RAM for buttery 200 FPS even on epic settings. To match his setup exactly, watch his latest VOD's December 2nd stream for potential overlays, tweak in the firing range, and experiment with claw grip. These settings deliver the aggressive, fluid playstyle seen in his victory clips, like wiping squads with the Burnt Peanut crew. Nickmercs Gears. Running Arc Raiders on a high-end custom PC built for streaming and competitive play, Nickmercs maintains buttery smooth frame rates even on elevated graphics presets, leveraging NVIDIA technologies like DLSS 4 multi-frame generation, RTX global illumination, and reflex for reduced latency. While exact specs aren't detailed for this game, his known setup includes top-tier components from partners like Power GPU, likely an Intel AMD Ryzen 9 CPU, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3090 or equivalent GPU, 64GB plus DDR5 RAM, and NVMe storage to handle Unreal Engine 5's demands at 4K resolutions with 200 plus FPS. This allows him to prioritize visual fidelity without sacrificing responsiveness, as seen in his fluid PvP clips where shadows, lighting, and particle effects enhance enemy visibility. For replicating his setup, tune NVIDIA control panel for full dynamic range 255, digital vibrance at 70%, and low latency mode. Disable unnecessary UE5 features like heavy nanite lumen if FPS dips, as Arc Raiders is already optimized for broad hardware.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on the latest news and updates. Drop a comment below sharing your favorite gaming setup tips or what you'd like to see next on the channel. Let's build a gaming community together.